Hi, I'm Lissa Kreisler, and welcome back to Season 5 of Community Storytelling. I know, I can't even believe it's Season 5, but here we are, and we're here because of Linda Lester, so I always love to give her a shout out. Thank you so much, my dear friend. And today, I'm so honored to be sitting with a friend who's probably your friend too, because everybody knows this woman, Jan Willoughby. You shaking your head? Oh yeah, I know Jan. I haven't seen Jan for a while. Well, you know the pandemic has kept us in our corners, but I've seen Jan. Jan, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you, Lisa.
And your hair always looks so beautiful. Let's
Thank
just
you.
get that out of the way right
Thank
now.
you. Thank you.
Okay. So Jan, I mean, your history, I mean, you are a volunteer extraordinaire. That's what she does for a living, volunteers. And the pay, I understand, is fantastic.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's right here in your heart.
Exactly, and that's the best kind of pay. But you started way back when as a school teacher. Well, I know it was the 60s, but now everybody's saying, okay, oh, she is that old. Oh my
Yes,
God, she
she's
looks so
very
good.
old.
But you were an English teacher here at Los Gatos High
I
School, mid-60s, and then you came back for some reason for another round in what, the 90s, I think it was?
80s and 90s.
In fact, you were telling me that you were here. This spot was you,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I taught right here in a portable.
Unbelievable. Was it this nice and orderly?
No.
Thank goodness for portables.
yeah.
How many students did you have back then?
Well, we had 38. We were just so crowded at that point. I
Wow.
want to say we had 2,500 students when I first started teaching.
I don't know what the count is now.
Yeah, well, it's not that, I don't think.
I don't
Probably
know.
1,800, something like that. But it was a lot. We were very impacted, and we were stuffed into these portables. But, you know, we made the best of it. And then they were building a new wing, which is now where the offices are, administration. That was all being redone. That's why we were in portable.
And did you live within walking distance?
No. I had to drive
You
from
had
the
to
mountains.
Oh, I didn't. Well, that's right, because you were on the Loma Prieta School District Board.
Yeah.
Were you a teacher up there as well?
I subbed occasionally, but not very often. No.
So how is it living up in those mountains?
Oh, you know what? I loved it.
Really?
It was a joyful place to raise children, and we had horses and we had animals, and I was raised on a farm, basically in Modesto. So,
Really?
you know, I kind of liked that life.
And I always love to find out, so how did you end up here from Modesto?
Oh, I went to San Jose State and
Hello?
met my husband.
Okay,
Hello.
Spartans. How many years ago? Okay, how many years have you been married?
57
57.
this year.
And where are you guys living now?
We live in Los Gatos at Rinconada Hills.
Oh, living the life.
You living the life. Yeah.
Living the
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
So you are a volunteer like I've never seen before. You know, I dibble and dabble here and there. You don't dibble and dabble. You
Well.
go in full force. I mean, you are amazing. Can I ask how old you are?
Yes, I'm 78. I'll be 79 in December.
Well, first off, I hope I look like you when I'm 78. But I mean, the energy, how do you do it?
You know, I just feel good. Well, I did yoga at 7:15 this morning.
Braggart.
I do yoga 3 times a week in early morning, and I take a class, and it keeps me healthy. I eat healthy.
So, okay, so far I'm
Yeah.
striking out.
And I try to walk. I have a dog. I walk a couple of miles a day. So that's how I've stayed healthy.
Have a couple favorite spots in town?
To walk?
No, to stop and dine and shop. And
Oh, I've always shopped at Time Out.
love it.
Ginger Row is great. I love to shop at Automobile
Oh my gosh.
for my
The
grandchildren.
wonderful toy store.
Yeah. I get my glasses at Sight for Sore Eyes.
You're a local gal. You
I
don't
do.
leave the boundary.
No, I try to shop local.
That's
I really
great.
do.
A
yeah.
favorite restaurant?
Aldo's Cafe
Ah.
and Aldo's Restaurant are our go-to restaurants.
Yes. You can't ever go wrong.
Right.
So we haven't talked about what I think is your current passion, and perhaps for the last 10 years, going back even before that,
2009.
Cancer Carepoint.
Yes,
Which
Cancer
is one of
Carepoint.
my favorite passions too.
Yes.
Talk about Cancer Carepoint and why you started it with
Gay.
my other bestie, Gay Crawford.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit.
Gay and I served on the American Cancer Society board together, and the reason I became involved is there was so much cancer in my family. Not me, my mother, my husband, my stepdad, my father-in-law, my sister-in-law, and a very dear friend, and it goes on.
Which is the typical family, sadly, now.
Yes. And so we worked on that. And then my daughter got cancer at age 34, breast cancer.
Oh.
And it was pretty serious. And I lived with her for a year and took care of her because she had a 2 and a 4-year-old. And she lived in a town called Roseville. And I couldn't find services to help us. Where to get a wig, you know, how to feed her, what nutrition. I didn't know where to turn. So after my year and trying to create these services on my own and walking with her and doing things like that, she did very well, and she's healthy today.
Thank goodness.
So I came back, and Gay came to me with an idea that she and Bill Pache, who was CEO of Good Samaritan Hospital, and Dave Henderson, head of Samaritan Medical Foundation,
Yes.
had an idea to create a foundation or a nonprofit that would provide non-medical services to cancer patients and their families.
Free.
For
Free.
at no cost. And she said, "Are you interested in helping us create that?" I said, "I'm in."
That was
100%. And we started and met with focus groups, and the result was we formed our board, and I was a founding board member with Gay and several other people, and we are now have been in service for 10 years.
I was there on opening day cutting
And yes,
that ribbon.
you were. Yes, you were,
Oh,
Lisa.
10
And
years later.
we have provided badly needed services to cancer patients and their families. And that's the important thing, because when you're diagnosed with a disease like cancer, really with any disease, it's a family issue.
Yes, it is. And you know, you go to the doctors, you know, for the medical care and the nurses, and you get that. But then you walk out and say, well, what now?
Yeah.
Because there's so much more to fighting cancer than, you know, just getting the chemo or whatever.
Yes.
And you provide it at Cancer Carepoint.
Yes.
I mean, every day. It's just amazing. You walk in the door, and there's the friendly face, and there's the fireplace I love, and anything you need, you can get there other than medical care. And the most important thing you get is love and concern. And what is your story?
Yeah.
What is
the
your
listening,
story? Yes.
The listening side, to hear people
Yes.
and be able to listen and then coach them into whatever services we
Right.
think could help them.
And if you've never heard of Cancer Carepoint, you go online to cancercarepoint.org, and everything you need to know will come up there, and you'll be so glad you did. And August,
We have
August.
our wonderful fundraiser, which is a garden party, August 28th, 3 o'clock. And this is our big fundraiser.
Yes.
That we
Depend on.
We try to raise $1 million.
Yes,
every
did you
year.
hear that?
$1 million.
$1 million, and that $1 million is spent on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that money goes to all these wonderful programs that you
Yes.
get for free.
Yes, yes.
So it's an
just
event like
all
none other.
services, and it's
I mean, who raises $1 million at one of these events? Cancer
well, we're all
Carepoint.
volunteers. But
Yes.
well, we have staff, but we have a huge volunteer
Right.
committee, marvelous committee, and a marvelous staff, and it's a grand celebratory party.
You run into so many fabulous people there. So again, cancercarepoint.org. Save the date, August 28th. But you will get information. You can, get your tickets online,
Yes.
and it's just going to be a wonderful day.
And the most important, I think, one of the most important things is we ask people to be sponsors if they can,
Of course.
if they are able, and that's anywhere from.
Well, you need sponsors to raise $1 million.
raise $1 million.
And somehow, I mean, even in the pandemic, we had it virtual. We find a way.
Yes.
We find a way to make these things happen at Cancer Carepoint.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Anyway,
And
that's my passion.
That
and
is your passion, and
it will
thank God it
continue.
is.
Yes.
Jan Willoughby, I started out by saying volunteer extraordinaire. She's one of you. Los Gatos, you'll see her walking her dog. You are just one of the most magnificent people around. And
Lisa,
Gay
thank you.
Crawford, thank goodness she nominated you. And the things she said about you, but
I say those about her.
yes, who doesn't? Who doesn't? Oh, this has been a joy, a
Thank you,
delight. And I
Lisa.
will see you August
Yes,
28th.
August
And
28th, I hope I see everyone
everybody.
in the community.
We've got plenty of room for
Yes.
you. So yeah, community storytelling at its best. You got to do what Gay Crawford did. She went online to KCAT.org. It took, 30 seconds to nominate her. You look for community storytelling. There's a tab. You go to the nominate, and I'll be sitting right next to you next time. And thank you for being with us so much. I'm Lissa Kreisler.